please welcome Chloe Bennet.
Again, if we could just clear the middle aisle, and hopefully that'll be the end of issues of administrative nature. The way we're going to do this, Chloe, if you could just talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. and we'll open it up to Q&A if that's okay with you, ma'am.
Just talk about S.H.I.E.L.D.
And anything else you want to talk about?
Just talk about the show. Do you guys want to hear anything in particular? Just ask questions. Go ahead. Let's get into it.
This lady in the second row.
I'm sure you were here. I can hear you. She asked how excited I was when I found out I'd be the catalyst for the Inhumans. Well, basically, I had no idea who I was, at all the first season and most of the second season. And when I was always guessing, I honestly thought I was like She-Hulk. I was like, I'm going to need to bulk up. But when they told me, when all your bosses knock on your trailer door, I was like, oh my God, I'm fired. And then they all kind of crammed in, and they're like, you are Daisy Johnson. I've done a bunch of research, and I'd known about who she was beforehand, and I was so excited. But I didn't know how much it was going to, how much me being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and an Inhuman was going to really drive the rest of the season home, and how the end was going to be kind of a war between my two families. And so that was really, really fun. I didn't really know what was happening until it kind of happened already. Yeah, it was really exciting to see.
I was very excited about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Our next question. Sorry, next question. Right here. Right here. Here we are. Hi.
Okay, so S.H.I.E.L.D. has such an involvement. Such an integral development from season 1 to now, like huge development. Where do you feel like this is go next season?
She's kind of obviously toughened up. She's kind of really been living in a van when you first met her, who was very anti-government, anti-S.H.I.E.L.D., and she's grown so much, and it's been such a crazy opportunity to get to play her because I was so green starting the show, and I didn't know anyone, and then I kind of got thrown into this ragtag family on and off screen, and it's been really amazing to grow parallel to Sky as Chloe. I just referred to myself as a third person. As a douchey, excuse me. But what was your question? How was it fun to know season 3 wait? I really am excited. I don't know if you guys caught the folder. Did anyone not see the finale at the end? Earmuffs, please. Well, there's a folder at the end of that finale, and it said a certain word called caterpillars on there. And I don't think if any of you guys are familiar with that. It's kind of cool, cool little. It'll be a cool road to go down next season. I'm hoping, to maybe be the Inhumans in a new way, because they haven't really worked together with S.H.I.E.L.D. at least in the MCU yet, so that'll be really cool. Yeah. You. Right there, yeah. I did. On the last season, I trained for 2 months, and I put myself through my own version of S.H.I.E.L.D. training, which I thought was going to be a great idea at the beginning, and then I was like crying. But we did Krav Maga and Muay Thai and karate and kickboxing and choreography just for stunts, and we did that for about 4 hours every day. And just to have like a base, because the producers at the end of last season basically sat me down and like, okay, so during the hiatus and during the show's break, there's going to be a time cut, and during that time, Sky would have been training with May this entire time, so we want you to know. So they're basically like, get in shape. And so, yeah, I trained a lot.
Excuse me, if you could just clear the middle aisle, right? Thank you. And we have a question over here.
Yeah, I have a quick question. During the episode The Dirty Half Dozen, where S.H.I.E.L.D. assaults List's face,
Which number was that?
18?
Okay. 218?
Yeah, season 2. Sky has a single take fight scene.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to ask kind of what that was like from sort of both a technical standpoint and a choreography standpoint.
Well, basically, as I said, I trained a lot last hiatus, which was a year ago. And then I didn't get that much action until like 10 months later. And they're like, so we're thinking of a one-take fight scene. Have you seen John Wick? And I kind of feel like, and you know, for something like this in the movies, you would probably rehearse for about 3 weeks. And you go through specific training, and you work on it for 3 weeks and probably shoot it over the course of 2 days. But because we're in TV, I had 2.5 hours to rehearse.
Oh.
And then we shot it in about an hour and a half. And I was really nervous. And our fight choreographer, Matt, is amazing. And basically, at the end of that shot, I did a roll on the ground. You guys go back and watch it. But I did a roll on the ground, and it was hard cement. And I'm not a gymnast at all. And I did a roll, and I broke my elbow in the middle of the take.
Oh, wow.
I know. I broke it. I got 2 hairline fractures in my elbow. And then you can see I was supposed to stand up in the middle of the scene and like finish shooting him while after standing. But you can see me kind of going, I was trying really hard, and then I had to finish the rest of the season with a broken arm. So if you saw the finale, there's a certain fight with a certain SO of mine. I was subtle. And I did that whole fight with a broken arm, so that was kind of awful.
Hope you're feeling better.
They put you in the characters, they're all bloody all the time. And like no one talks about all of their injuries that they probably had, so I felt more like a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Hi.
Hi. So I was wondering, in season 1, after everything with the Winter Soldier stuff, did you guys know ahead of time that you were going to find out about Hydra and stuff, or did that kind of seem some crazy surprise?
We had no idea, and they basically they pulled us. Hi, baby. They pulled us into a room, and it was the whole cast. And we were on location, and when all of our bosses come on location, that makes things weird. So they pulled us all into Elizabeth's trailer because it's the cleanest. And they said, so we had the last page of this episode. Do you want it? Well, let's read it aloud. I was like, what are we in kindergarten? And so we just started reading it aloud, and at the end, it was when Ward shot Agent Hand. And we were sitting going, and me goes, oh my, and I go, oh my God, I kissed you. And Ming goes, oh my God, he was so mad at Brett, and he was like, it wasn't me, I'm mad about this too, I don't want to be Hydra, but then, they told him a couple weeks before, but then they told us, and we were really mad. I think he started crying. So you guys get into the show, imagine playing these characters because it's kind of get obsessed.
Hi.
Hi.
As an actor, going into the audition, and then when you were very, very first cast, did you have like a concept, a phenomenon, that your character would become and make the whole thing?
I have no, well first I actually auditioned for Simmons first, and then they heard me talk biochem and were like, nope. That's not great. I actually did my first audition tape with a ballet guy because I was shooting a show called in Nashville, and I had no one to read with. So I went down to the ballet. I'm like, would you read lines with me for an audition tape? And he was like, yeah. And he was actually a big Marvel geek, so he helped me a lot. And they obviously didn't help that much because I didn't get that part. But no, they didn't tell me at all. I had no idea how much Sky would be involved in the show. I was like, oh, I can pay my rent, kind of. And maybe I'll be an extra. I had no idea, like no concept whatsoever. I didn't even know I was, going to be series regular. I had no idea. They don't tell you anything. Oh, thank you. I screamed. I went in about 6 times for the audition. I went in, 6 times, and when I first, the second time I met Joss, I was down to like the bottom 4 girls, and Joss Whedon came out in the hallway to get some water. And I was up next, and I was really nervous, and Joss came out, and he was like, "How are you?" And he's very calm and kind of intimidating, and I was like, "I'm great, you look like shit." I said that to him, and he was like, "Thanks." I was like, "I mean, like, not like shit, but you look really tired." And he was like, "I am," and I was like, "But I can imagine, because, you know, your job." Like, it was just like a train wreck, and I went into the room, I forgot my lines, like, it was a mess, and obviously they saw some of the sky in that. Yeah, I also got pulled over on my way to my second audition to meet Joss, and I ran in like sweaty, and you're like, "Hello," and I just got pulled over by the cops. I didn't get into it though. I don't know why I'm here.
How do you feel about playing an Asian American female superhero in a world mostly dominated by white men?
It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Thanks. I mean, really just looking at our showrunner, Marissa Tantrum, who's married to Jed Whedon, is Thai, and obviously Ming-Na is a badass Chinese American, and it's, really great company. I mean, our showrunner is an Asian woman, and 2 female leads are Asian, and that's just incredible, especially now. And it's great. I mean, I really identify people, I know I don't look very Asian sometimes, but and there's proof my dad's over there somewhere, whereas he's gone. But it's pretty amazing to be part of, a new wave of strong women roles, and that's something Joss always told us, from the beginning. And what I've loved about all the women relationships on the show are none of them are catty at all. And for some reason in TV and in movies, they love to pin women against each other for petty things. And in this show, Josh said from the very beginning, he said, "You and these women will have strong relationships, and it'll never be catty, and it'll be loving, and you guys will strengthen each other." And I've always loved that about Josh's work, so it's amazing.
Thank you again for coming to Detroit. Who's your favorite person to act with on set?
Who's my favorite person to work with?
Yeah.
God, I love everyone so much. Clark is amazing, obviously. Clark, everyone is fun in a really different way. Elizabeth and Ian and I cannot do scenes without laughing the whole time. They actually have to say, can we be professionals for 1 second, please? Just not laugh. But Clark, actually, we had like a prank thing going, and I don't know if you saw the episode where it was all 6 of us, the original 6, where Brett Ward was there, and we were going to the Hydra base to save. It was the Dirty Half Dozen, and we were crashing in a plane. And during that plane crash, Clark put a fart machine under my chair. So he messed with me, and then afterwards, like, the whole crew was like, "What?" And then we had guests come onto the set, and I was like, "Clark, when they come on, like, when I say hi, let's make it so it farts a lot." And so we have like a really good time playing with fart machines. So Clark is really fun.
What would you like to see happen to your character during the next season?
I'd like to see her just keep growing, and I'd really love to do more action. I mean, I love the one-take sequence was so much fun to shoot, because it's basically like playing real-life video games. And my brothers, who are all sitting in the corner over there, say hi. They're all came in here. Say hi, brothers. My little brother's wearing an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Isn't that so cute? They're single. Well, the other one. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I love doing all the action, and basically, they used to play Halo growing up, and I was so bad, so it's fun to actually pretend to be in a video game now. But as character-wise, I'd really love to see her kind of discover more Inhumans. I'm really curious to see which characters they're going to pull from the comic books. Yeah. Can we clear the hall?
Clear the aisleway, please.
If you say things like Elizabeth Henstridge, Joy Simmons, everything. Could you clear the aisle, please? Thank you
Miss Mockingbird?
She's lovely. She's lovely. It's great. Well, we have a blonde on the show now, so that's nice. She's awesome. You know, we haven't really gotten that much great. We've gotten a couple things together, but I think they kind of kept their storylines separate and doing their own things. But I mean, it's wonderful. Everyone's wonderful.
So much the quality of your scene, the quantity versus quality. We had some very good scenes together so far.
Yeah, it was great. I loved that immediately. Our first real scene together was when she brought me like a little care package when I was going through earthquake puberty. Whatever that was, when after episode 11, after the mid-season finale. So I love that scene.
Over here. Oh, we're back here. I'm sorry. Here we are.
Oh, hi.
There we are.
Hi.
Can you reveal any secrets about the next season?
Yes, let me tell you about everything. I literally have zero, I know absolutely nothing at all. I don't even know where Simmons went, or if she went somewhere, or if she's dead. She's not dead, I know that.
Would you change your decision during the season finale if it was in your opinion?
My decision of what I made.
What side to choose?
No, I think I was a little frustrated with Sky while I was playing her. It was hard to kind of, as you know, knowing what my mother did, which I did. It was hard to play kind of naive to that, which is why they keep a lot of things secrets, obviously, to make our jobs easier almost. So it was kind of hard to play that, knowing how naive Sky was being, but you know. I would choose Colton and S.H.I.E.L.D. over and over and over. Yeah.
Yes. My husband's too scared to ask this question, but he wanted to know, has Marvel approached you to do a small scene in the Humans movie? I mean, it may be too early to know.
I have no idea whether they'll let me be in that movie. I might just show up on set and be like, I'm ready. I just like do my own makeup and just like fall into the scene. But who knows, you know, they kind of do things on a whim pretty quickly, so, except for when they cast me, that took a long time. But yeah, I don't know yet. I wish. Let's all try to get that to happen.
Hi.
Hi.
It seems like you're about to build a superpower team. Are there any characters you want them to bring on the show? On the comic?
There are, but I don't think I should say them because I think they might actually be in them. So, I mean, I would love anyone from the movies. Like, we should just get like Chris Hemsworth to just play my boyfriend. They're like, Chloe, this is a really sticky situation. We need you to actually marry Chris Hemsworth in real life. Just for the show, for this. I'd be like, you know what? You can twist my arm, but I'll do it. It's fine. I'll do it.
What was your reaction to you finding out that you had the powers that you had?
I was really excited. At first I was kind of like, so just earthquakes? Like, is there any other, like, and then when I found out that I could, you know, concentrate then and focus in on someone's chest or head or a group of people or a Quinjet or, you know, Lincoln's heart to bring it, it's such an awesome power to have. Especially while I was watching the Avengers and I was like, I could have helped. Oh man, I totally could have helped, but I was really excited.
How is it to work with Agent Coulson on set?
He is wonderful. It's funny now that he has, I'm going to ruin it for something, but shame on you, you should have seen the finale already. It's funny that he has one, doesn't help me whisper. So he has one arm now on the show, and it's funny to work with him now because we were shooting a scene and he was like talking, but to do the one arm gag, he put it under his jacket, and then he has his arm in a sling, so he was moving it. I was like, you don't have an arm. You don't need to use that arm right now. You can't use it. So he's wonderful. Clark has really been like an on and off screen mentor for me. If he hasn't talked to me in like 2 weeks, I'll probably be like, hey, kid up.
How's your soul? How you doing? What are you doing? Where are you? Have you been traveling? Are you getting enough sleep? He's really sweet, so he looks after me. Yeah.
Hey, I really got into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I like the tie that it seems to draw from the whole Marvel experience, the universe as a whole. Recently, Joss Whedon seems to kind of negated somewhat that, you know what interview I'm talking about, I don't remember exactly where it was. Would you think that he really stood by that with as far as Coulson not really being in the Marvel universe anymore? And then if that's true, where does that put the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I think the question got skewed a little bit. I mean, it's all definitely one universe, and I think what he meant was he felt like Coulson's death changed the way chemistry was of the second Avengers. And I don't necessarily think that's true, but it definitely is all connected. And I don't know. I can't speak for Joss, but I know the Marvel universe loves the show. You know, definitely considers everyone a big family.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I have a question from Logan, who's 7.
Hi, Logan, who's 7.
How do you tell who Agent? How would you like in the movie tell who Agent May is and the other one who has the mask?
Oh, how can we tell which one? That's a good question. Well, they are in real life the same person. So that's pretty easy, but on the show it's hard. For a while, Agent May had that big scar, did you remember? She had a big scar, it looked not great on her. She looked great, but it scarred her. So that helped us be able to tell for a little while. Also, Agent 33 had a wig on at some point. I played her too. Do you remember that? Maybe not. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
So you can't answer this, it's totally cool, but it would make my weekend if you come a few bars from Uh-Oh.
The cast hates it when I sing on set, because I do a Britney Spears impersonation all the time. They're like, shut up. Stop. Oh, you want it? I have a sore throat because I've been talking like, good thing. I think that's it. He's like, shut up, kill you. Hi, sorry.
No, you're fine. That was awesome. What's it like to work with Kyle MacLachlan and his amazing brand of crazy?
Oh my God.
How do you do it when he starts going? I'm just sitting in my living room going.
Sometimes it's so crazy that I'll be like, oh, what? I will forget my lines. He's absolutely incredible. I mean, even just from the first scene that we had together when, Ward opened those doors and I see my dad standing there. It was so kind of awkward on set because we were both kind of just trying to keep the energy of what was going to happen in the scene. And so, it was amazing. It was really, really, really amazing. He is so funny and so giving as an actor, which sounds so dumb to say. But he makes my job so much easier. And the last scene in the end of the finale, we were like the whole time, and after the scene, we just kept hugging him because it was such a great moment to have. Because in TV, things move so quickly, and sometimes the scene or the integrity of the scene or the meat of the dialogue gets overlooked by needing to get the day done and finish it. Because movies shoot like 7 pages of the script in about a month, and we shoot that in a day. So it moves really, really quickly. And so to get to work with someone who's so amazing is everything. I hope he comes back. Yeah.
Okay.
Where?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Bud.
So off.
With all the plot twists and with all the character portrayals and all that goes on in that show, which there's quite a bit of them, do the actors ever have problems remembering who's on whose side, who's supposed to be, who's supposed to like who, who's supposed to not like who? And maybe next week, be fighting you, or this week we're good friends, and so on and so forth.
Definitely. because we have so much to shoot, sometimes we'll have 3 units going at one time, so sometimes I'll be on shooting episode 10 while, and then finish one scene and then change my hair, take the blood off, take the blood, put more blood on somewhere else, get bruised somewhere else, and then get in the golf cart, changing my shirt, and go to the next scene, and then get in the golf cart, go back, and put blood all over. So sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing or who I am. And so it gets really, really confusing, especially when the characters are so like, wait, are you good yet, boy? No. Okay. May, are you May, or are you Agent 33, or am I Agent 33, or am I Sky, or am I Daisy? Did I quake yet? Is BJ alive? I don't know. It just goes on and on and on. So it gets really, really confusing. But luckily, we have a lot of awesome people on the crew who are like, this is where you are, this is what you're doing. Otherwise, I'd go crazy. I literally was driving my car and I was in traffic, and there was a car just stuck there, and I was like, I will move you. It happened too. It's amazing. It's going method.
Hi. So, do you have any idea as to what extent Sky is going to sort of bring the Inhumans into S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is she going to be working more into S.H.I.E.L.D., or is she going to be working more with the Inhumans?
I have no idea. I know, honest to God, I know as much information as you guys do basically right now. But from what I gather from the finale, it's going to, I think Coulson's going to enlist Sky to kind of go out and find some Inhumans to help fight crime and save the world. So I hope that's her job, and I hope she gets a boyfriend, because she needs that. It's been like a stressful couple of years for her, don't you think? Her mom tried to kill her. She tried to kill her mom. Then her dad came in and he swiped his memory. Now he's a vet. That just gave a lot away for some reason.
Hello.
Hi.
Question is, how awkward is it trying to shoot scenes where you're using your powers? Because I don't actually have those powers.
Tying my shoes?
Trying to shoot.
Oh. It's not that awkward. I was like, it is weird because I couldn't tie my shoes because my arm is broken for a while. It's really awkward. Everyone asks, like, it must be so awesome to have power, and it is. But when you're shooting things that look really cool on TV when you watch them, guaranteed they look super stupid in real life. And it's kind of awful. It's a lot of like, for example, on the mid-season finale when I did that dramatic break off of the, stone, that was, I was looking at Trip, who had just passed away, and I was actually looking at a yellow piece of tape, and the camera is a high-speed camera that you have 15 seconds to do everything. So they go, okay, the director goes, okay. So you're gonna look at the piece of tape, Trip is gonna be dead, cry, then look back at Raina, what does she become? Then look back at Trip, cry, and then all of a sudden go like this and break it off, and then you have 15 seconds to do that. And so I was like, what? What'd you say? And so it was basically like that's how fast it was. I'm not even kidding, that's what it looked like. So it's very, very awkward, very, very uncomfortable, and you have to get used to the crew, because I'm very close with them, and I'll be like, if you laugh, I will kill you. Afterwards, we can laugh about this, but you have to kind of go into your own little pretend world. It feels very, very ridiculous. The tying my shoes was very
Okay, so obviously you're a lot more famous now than you used to be, this show being on prime time, whatever. Have you noticed anything with the fame? Have you noticed in the street, anything like that?
No, a lot of you guys just don't. I mean, it happens, yeah, but I get a lot of like. I walk away. So I can tell by the people who, sometimes people know right away, and sometimes people are like, I was checking out and they're like, have you seen that show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? And I was like, yeah. Actually, I goes, you look just like that. And I was like, yeah, I've heard that before. She goes, it is my favorite show. Just like, he's like rating me up. He goes, my favorite show. What are these? Are these Honeycrisp apples? Yeah, okay. And he's like rating me up, and I was like, it's your favorite show? He goes, I love it. I watch it every week, blah, blah. And then I finally told him, he was like, but I get a lot of people who don't quite know yet. I think the bangs may have helped, but. You are welcome to say hi to me anytime you see me on the street, please. Bye.
I'll start with hello.
Hi.
throughout S.H.I.E.L.D., which one is the most like your character?
Ooh. I would probably say Clark and me are the most similar to our characters. I think I'm less similar now. I was more similar when I was incompetent and goofy in the first season. This guy's way cooler than me now. But Clark is definitely our leader on and off screen. I mean, really, he cares for the crew and the cast just as much as Coulson cares for everyone on the show, genuinely. And he's always constantly trying to make everything easier for everyone. And he's truly the leader of the show, so I would say Clark. And Ming is not like May at all. Hi.
So, who is your favorite character besides your own, and why?
I would say, did you say Ward is hot? Yeah, he is hot. He has like an 8-pack. He eats so much meat. Like honestly, he just puts steak and steak all day. You just eat the steak. That's what happens. I don't know. I really can't choose. I really love the relationships. I really love watching Fitz and Simmons on screen, and I think they are two amazing actors. I think Ian is incredible, and Elizabeth. I mean, they just kill me. Like they kill every time. They're not even doing anything emotional. Like they're just so good. And I really just love them. They're such great people off screen too, and we all hang out way too much off. Like when we're not working, we'll spend 14 hours shooting. We're like, want to go get a drink? Should we just go out? Should we go like play board games at my house? And we hang out all the time. So we really love everyone. I know it sounds fake, but I do.
Hello.
Hello. You're weird. Thanks. I love your costume.
Thank you. So, how much advance notice do you get in terms of like learning your script before you actually have to shoot?
Sometimes it's a couple days or like a week or so. Sometimes it's that morning. There's a lot of rewrites that happen the night before because so much of it is because it's tied into the movies. It has to all get approved, way up the food chain. So sometimes it takes. They give it to us in the morning, and we're like, oh, these are not what I memorized. That's great. So it's difficult sometimes. That's what happens.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm sure you made a lot of friends throughout your time.
Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you probably, when you read the scripts and you find out someone's gonna die, what's that like in the room?
It hurts. When BJ, who played Trip, got killed off, it was awful. Because BJ was like a light of energy every morning when he'd come in. I mean, he was hilarious, and we were horrified. And we had a table read, and it was so sad, the table read. We were all hysterically crying. Like, I mean, all of us were crying. BJ, he was like, no one could talk. It was awful. And, people you don't think that, we'd be friends with because they're evil on the show. Like, Simon, who plays Bakshi, is amazing. And when he passed away, that was awful. And, it's really hard because also you want them to have a job. Your friends. And when they get killed off, that obviously doesn't happen, but at least it's not as bad as The Walking Dead, right, guys? You're welcome. Hi again.
So there's a theory going around that Ward is going to be Hellfire. And I was just wondering, because in the comics, I know Quake and Hellfire are dating. If that happens, what do you think will happen between Sky and Ward?
Well, I've never heard that theory. I'm usually really up on my theories. It is?
Huge theory on Tumblr.
What is wrong with me? I'm not spending enough time on Tumblr, obviously. I don't know. I talk to them about Hellfire, and they just kind of I'll be like, so, guys. I go into the writer's room all the time and try to just, they're like, we know you're in here not because you like us, but because you want to find out information. I'm like, half of that is true. You're right. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I kind of, deep down, I want them to be together, but he is a murderer, guys. He is. What do you want me to do? And people get mad because Skywarders, shippers are and I love you guys, and I've shipped the ship too, but he's also a murderer. You gotta, of good people. He tried to kill Fitz and Simmons, and he's kind of, I really do hope that they are able to redeem his character in a way that is genuine. And we have a lot of time, you know. It's not like the movies. We have 22 more hours now. Oh, the spark plug is cute. Yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, Luke Mitchell was awesome. Do you guys like that at all or no? You do? Good. Thank you.
Hello.
What's up?
So I wanted to know what has been your favorite father-daughter relationship?
I really love how our scenes in Lola, because they seem so S.H.I.E.L.D. Does that make any sense? The end of the finale when we were in the car and I got to drive Lola, which was awesome. I really love those moments. But anything, I really loved when he was dropping me off with the Twizzlers. And we actually ate the Twizzler at the same time, completely by accident. And they ended up using that tape, which is really great. But I like every scene I get to do.
I'm sorry, but this will be our last question because the speaker needs to move on. I'm sorry, Chloe, this is your last question. That's not
I just
her
want to say
fault.
before him, I love you guys all so much, so much. You guys are wonderful. Seriously.
Here's we have one more question for you.
I would stay here all night and talk to every one of you. They know that Joe, who's over there in the picture, would kill me. Maybe not, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Here's your one more question. Here you go.
It's not like there's any pressure to be the last question.
Make it a good one, buddy.
Oh, it'll be a good one. First of all, you're incredibly awesome. I have to tell you that.
Thank you.
But you're a Chicago native, right?
I'm what?
You're a Chicago native.
Yes.
Yeah. You've been kind of around the world. You've been in New York. You've been obviously here.
Yeah.
And this is something that's kind of important to most of us here. Which is a better deep dish pizza, Chicago or Detroit?
Okay, guys. Listen, I just made friends with all of you just right before you asked that question. I'm from Chicago, so obviously Chicago. But wait, you guys have the most beautiful falls, okay, like trees, and your apples they're the best. Okay? And you guys are all lovely. Thank you guys so much.
Such a big high. Come on, guys. Make some noise. Make some noise. That's what I want to do.